up, squad? Welcome back to the channel. This one is very special because this person is one of my childhood heroes. I grew up maybe 7 blocks away from Mike Tyson, and in my opinion, I think he's one of the most prolific athletes to ever do it, period. Any sport. It's Michael Jordan, and then it's Mike Tyson, in my opinion. So I'm excited to talk about this. It's a lot to talk about. Mike went through a lot of ups and downs in his life. That's an understatement. If you live under a rock somewhere and somehow you've never heard of Mike Tyson, he is one of the greatest heavyweight fighters of all time. He became the heavyweight champion of the world at 20 years old, which is the youngest to ever do it. He was a knockout artist. He was a bad man, period. If you don't know who Mike Tyson is, do some research after you finish watching this video. Shout out to the Brix squad, notification squad, check in down below. So after a long, controversial, very entertaining career, Mike Tyson, he retired and he put on a lot of weight. My man was in the streets looking real fluffy. And I know he didn't feel good about himself, man. He was doing a lot of drugs. He was drinking a lot of alcohol. That lifestyle that he was living, even during his fighting days, but post-fighting days, after his metabolism slowed down and he didn't have to train, right? He no longer had an obligation to exercise. It really took a toll on his body. And I'm pretty sure it took a toll on him mentally as well. Let me digress for a second. I think Mike Tyson is very underrated for his intelligence. He may not have the best articulation tools, right? He may not have the best vocabulary.
He thinks it through.
Very truculent. You know what?
What was that one? And truculent.
Yeah.
So the fast life, the drugs, he called himself a fat cokehead, which I thought was hilarious. He said,
you never really hear or see about, but that's a fat cokehead right there. You know, but you never hear a fat cokehead.
You don't see fat cokeheads.
No, you don't see fat cokehead. But as you know, there's nothing worse than a fat cokehead.
after allowing his health to deteriorate by just not caring about his diet, by not really exercising, he decided to go vegan. And I think this was around 2005 or 2007. He went vegan, and he said it changed his life.
I lost weight. I dropped over 100 pounds, but yeah, I just felt like changing my life, doing something different. And so I became a vegan. And becoming a vegan, it gave me another opportunity to live a healthy life. And I was just horrible. I was so congested from all the drugs and bad cocaine. I could hardly breathe, high blood pressure, almost dying, and arthritis. And once I became a vegan, all that stuff, yeah, diminished.
Now, me personally, I am what you call vegan-ish, right? I don't really like labels. I don't label myself anything, but I have cut out 80% of the meat and dairy out of my diet, and I've never felt better. Mentally, physically, spiritually, it has made such a big difference on just my overall wellness. And I can relate to Mike when he speaks about some of the benefits that his vegan lifestyle has brought to him. So with these transformations, one thing I noticed, right? So I did a video on Gucci Mane, and if you haven't seen that video, there's a link to it in the description. And there's also probably a link in one of the corners right now. But what I noticed is as they changed their diets and they started exercising, they started taking care of their bodies, they also seem to evolve mentally. Their interviews start feeling different. The things that they say start sounding different. They come across more empathetic. They come across more emotionally intelligent.
Greatness, he said, that's when you do the most difficult thing in the world, and you do it the simplest of ease. That's greatness.
It just seems like their minds just get stronger and sharper. And I think diet has a lot to do with that. And I can speak personally. I used to be a goon. I used to do really stupid things, and I didn't use the intelligence that I had. But of course, as I matured, but also as I started taking care of myself, my whole outlook on the world changed and my behavior changed. And when my behavior changed, my body changed, my relationships changed, my financial status changed, everything changed. And I think it all came as a result of me starting to take care of myself, starting to eat healthy, nutritious foods, and starting to invest the time into exercise. So that's one of the benefits that I don't think people really fully understand. This will change your life beyond the physical. It will affect every area of your life, right? for sure. Success with weight loss is predicated at least 90% on diet. And I think diet is the most challenging part. I remember not knowing what to eat. I had no clue where to start. That's why I started to provide custom meal plans. And right now I'm running a special. If you go to brixfitness.com/meal-plan, you can fill out the questionnaire. My team will send over a customized meal plan that is based on your specific age, your height, your activity level, your preferences. So again, go to brixfitness.com/meal-plan. The link is in the description as well. So at 53 years old now, my man Mike is getting ready to jump back into the ring. I cannot wait to see it. And I know 100% the reason why he's even in this position, the reason why we're even having this conversation and the internet is going crazy, is because he decided to change his lifestyle. My man no longer drinks. He no longer does drugs. He no longer eats meat. He's a different person. And now at 53, his body is functioning as if he was 30 again. And it's his diet. It's his diet, his physical diet, and it's also his mental diet. Because if you consume any of his content nowadays, man, Mike Tyson has a lot of value to offer people, man. He comes across very empathetic. He's kind. I see a lot of myself in Mike because just like Mike, I made a lot of mistakes in my life. And I found myself fat. We're from the same exact neighborhood. We came up in the same environment. Mike Tyson was damn near a feral child, which means like he was like a wild child, wasn't domesticated. He was like a wild animal. And that's kind of the product of what comes out of my neighborhood. So he made a lot of mistakes. He found himself in jail for a rape charge. You know, he was doing a lot of drugs. As a kid, he was involved in gangs. You know, a lot of that I can relate to, not the rape, but, you know, I was involved in gangs as a kid and I made a lot of bad decisions that I learned a lot from. So I respect Mike. He's very transparent. He also found a way to leverage these experiences, these mistakes, to help other people. And you gotta love that about him. So shout out to Mike Tyson, one of my heroes. Continue to inspire me and the millions of people who are your fans. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And as always, guys, I'm just trying to share the wellness. So get well and get money.